A cold button now.
I've pushed the cold button now.
What are you, Republican GOP?
Time's up! Good morning, everybody. It's the Friday Five for August 7th, 2015. It's episode 16 of our weekly e-commerce and technology talk. I'm your host, John Suder, broadcasting live from the Fortress of Solitude in Philadelphia. And with us, as usual, is Bart Mroz, all the way up in New York City.
What's happening?
And broadcasting from an undisclosed secret location somewhere in California is the always entertaining Justin Nance.
Hey, guys.
How is it out in California? How's the weather?
Warm and sunny, as always.
I think it's always that way, unless there's mudslides or earthquakes, right?
Yeah, unless we're experiencing a natural disaster. We really only have two forms of weather, normal and oh shit.
Right. Is it official? Are you relocating out there?
We haven't quite made the decision yet, but for the foreseeable future, for the next month or two at least, we're going to be out here giving it a try.
Awesome. That's great. All right, well, let's get started. We're going to start with some e-commerce news. Internet Retailer reports e-commerce sales will grow 25% in the year 2015. Total sales of e-commerce, I don't know where they get these. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't know. I'm sure they pull these figures out of their ass, but it's some huge numbers. Total sales will eclipse 3.5 trillion with a T in 5 years.
This is how they do it. Ready? Yeah, it's a good multiplier.
The guy finally sitting there goes, all right, Jimmy, do you have the numbers? 3.5 trillion. All right, we're going to go with that.
Or this. Yeah,
that sounds about right. So the interesting thing that I got out of this article is that how e-commerce sales are starting to become a larger and larger part of total retail sales. It says here in this report, it's already 7.5 of all retail, growing to 12.4 by 2019. And the more people that I talk to, no one goes to the mall anymore. It's all this, which I think is great. It's great for our business, but I'm just wondering what the world's going to look like in 20 years when all the stores are closed.
I don't think they're all going to be closed. I think you're going to have some of them.
Like what? A place to buy butter and some.
Oh, no. But I mean, if you look at the opposite, right? You look at something like Bonobos or Harry's or any one of those guys who are pure e-commerce plays. They're opening stores too, and I think Amazon will do that too, but at a smaller capacity, right? Because do you really want to run out for a mail? Want to buy on Amazon, deliver tomorrow? I mean, if it delivers in an hour, that's awesome. I don't have to go anywhere,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Living in the middle of Alabama, I'm pretty sure I spent like 1.2 million myself last year on Amazon, so I can totally see these numbers being.
Yeah, that's actually the report kind of points to that as more rural customers are finally embracing it, and that it's more of a willingness for Americans to spend money online, bigger purchases, and it's also everyone's in a race to the bottom for pricing, Amazon and Walmart. So it's just becoming a ubiquitous thing.
And living now in LA and having to deal with 4 hours to go 20 miles down the road, I also find myself using Amazon more regularly. So
how are you going to deal with that traffic out there?
Motorcycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew you'd have.
The problem is it's not that it's Northeast traffic is worse, but the problem is most people in LA can't drive.
No, and you know what? We're gonna get spun off on a side topic here, but you know what the bigger problem is that everyone here drives like a fucking maniac. Have you ever been on the canyon roads out here?
Yeah.
You get up on the mountain through the canyon. Kid you not. I was on my motorcycle yesterday. I was following a Chevy Silverado 1500, like full-size pickup. He was doing, 70, 75 through the canyon roads, and I was actually having a difficult time keeping up with him. And then if you get behind a car, even if you're not tailgating them, if you pull up behind a car on a motorcycle on these canyon roads, they have pull-offs. The pull-off's about a car and a half long of car length, these maniacs will dart off those at 70 miles an hour, slam on their brakes, and expect you to get past them before they swerve back on the road. They'll pull off for you, but it's like a NASCAR pit stop when they pull off.
Like, that sounds absolutely frightening.
It is terrifying. I will absolutely hook up a GoPro and record this for you guys.
Yeah, we want to see that.
It's madness.
All right, some more e-commerce news. Shopify revenue jumps 89% in the first quarter. As you know, they just went public. They processed $1.6 billion in orders in the first quarter. Interesting enough, that was their total for the entire year of 2013. So Shopify's really taken off.
Yeah, because they're it's an easy system. You don't have to run anything on your own. It's pretty easy to design on it. They're very, very helpful. Canadian, so yes. And it's a great system. I mean, for smaller businesses to run stuff, absolutely. The 1.10 billion orders in the first quarter, that's crazy.
It's insane.
I mean, they're still not profitable, which is fine. Welcome to Startup World.
Well, and there's only 175,000 merchants, which sounds like a big number, but you have to realize that probably only, two-thirds of those are really active merchants. They probably pull a number with someone who goes, 175,000 includes the guy who set up a store and never did anything with it. So I'm wondering, out of that number, how many stores are truly active, and then what percentage of those stores are bringing in the big bucks? Because there's plenty of stores that probably bring in $100,000, $200,000 a year. What are the ones that are bringing in the crazy money?
Right.
Because you got the little guy who's got his little candle shop, and he probably brings in $30 a month, and he's happy with that. But there's probably a whole lot of stores like that. Am I
right
base, or is that?
No, I think there's plenty of people that will have one or two things and it just runs, which is fine. You know what I mean? The infrastructure these guys run is humongous, which is great. They don't go down. They handle the traffic when you have it, and it's a good bang for the buck. Even their credit card processing, if you use them, it's really cheap.
Do they run it through Stripe, or who do they run it through?
You can run your own merchant processor things, but they have their own.
Well, why would you do that? Like if you're setting up on a platform like Shopify, why would you use your own? Or is it that if you have something existing and you're moving into e-commerce, it's easier?
It's easier. And that's not easier. It's just if you want to use it and you've been in a shop for a very long time, you can use their own. Now they didn't have that option for a while. Now they have their own, and they process like crazy.
Right. But I'm thinking just a new store out the box, why would they go with anything else than what's...
No, I wouldn't do that. Because they give you the merchant account, they give you all that stuff. It's already done. It's pre-qualified, done, and you don't have to worry about it.
I'm very interested.
It brings a weird thing where to set up your e-commerce platforms before, you have to get a merchant account and get approved and go to SNA, get a gateway, do all those tricky things. Whereas now, like somebody like Stripe or Braintree or Shopify, you just sign up and they take care of all that because they take the risk.
I'm very curious to see going forward how scalable they are, because at the moment I'm not aware of any huge retailers that are on Shopify currently.
It won't be. BigCommerce is the other one. I mean, BigCommerce went public too, which is the other sort of SaaS platform out there.
Right. Yeah, I could see definitely a lot of small online retailers using Shopify just because the platform's so easy to get up and rolling, and it's basically point and click and you've got a store. So
Bart, let's go back to one point. What Justin had said. Why wouldn't a big retailer do that? Just devil's advocate.
I was going to say, like
a mid-tier retailer. Why wouldn't they use them and go or do a partnership with Shopify?
It's the back-end systems. That's the biggest issue. It's not the front end. It's all the logistics, inventory, all those things. You can do that with Shopify, but you have to build your own anyway. You have to build.
And at that point, it's go with Magento or something home-baked.
Or anything. Like, if you go big boy things, something like Hybris, a Java-based stuff, where it's all about the ordering process and sort of that side of the business, and everything spreads from there. It's a B2B, B2C type of thing. Then it makes sense.
Good.
Smaller Shopify, you can run a bigger store on it. The problem is, when you start running a mid-tier, you have different pricing for everything. and rules like crazy, it makes more sense to have something like Magento where you can customize it to your world completely.
And also, I guess from a marketing standpoint as well.
A lot more marketing in Shopify that I like, but you just can't. It's locked down because it's supposed to be for smaller shops.
Right. That's kind of what I was getting at, because there's plenty of, do they call them plugins or extensions, whatever it is. It's, you can do coupons and all that kind of stuff, but it's somebody else's, it's basically like a WordPress plugin. You're using someone else's.
Right. If you run a shop, even if you're a big company, if you run a shop that you can standardize on stuff and you don't have to do tricky things to a lot of that stuff, yeah, definitely run it. But when you start getting into accounting rules and how you do POs, like all the business stuff on the back end, that's tricky for a bit, to do, then it doesn't make sense.
It's always the back end that'll get you in trouble. That's what she said. All right. We're going to touch on one more thing about Spotify. They're partnering with Twitter to offer buy buttons. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago, but now they're doing a partnership with Shopify to offer their merchants, only 100,000 of their merchants. So this is, again, why I say the other 75,000 are probably guys with the little candle shop, and they're not going to even let him into this. I guess their 100,000 most active merchants, they're going to give through Twitter, give them the buy buttons.
Right. I think this is cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I mean, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest have to do something, and this makes the most sense, right? Why build your own?
Right.
Absolutely. All right, that's good. That one's done.
And done. That is the
done.
Ever. Wow.
All right, Justin. Justin's favorite topic, the Apple Watch. On Monday, Best Buy said the Apple Watch will be available in 100 of its stores on August 7th and on bestbuy.com.
Yeah, when I read the meeting notes this morning, first thing I did was check the balance on my Best Buy credit card. Second thing I did was check the location of the nearest Best Buy to me, which is about 10 miles away. So that's only about 45, 50 minutes.
All right, so that should only take a half a day.
Yeah.
So the one thing about putting them in Best Buy, and I thought of this before I even read the article, is about the customer experience, because that's so cultivated through Apple, but
You're not going to have the same experience I had with buying mine when you go to Best Buy.
Can I just be honest for a second?
Yeah.
I really don't give two fucks about the buying experience. I just want the fucking watch. Like, I was going to drive to Staten Island and pick one off some sketchy guy, that I found on Craigslist. I don't think that the buying experience is going to be hugely, hugely important by the time it hits.
For you and me, no. Because I walked in, I got it. But for other people, like non-techies that want it, it's important.
And here's the rub, is that they launched this thing as this luxury product. But the problem is there's still not the killer app. There's still not I still don't think there's the I gotta have it aura about it. So I think they're finally going, you know what? Let's open up some channels and let's just sell some fucking watches and kind of put aside the whole luxury element of it.
Do you think they'll ever hit the I've got to have it feel for a watch? I just don't think we're ever going to see that in the wearables market until it's something truly revolutionary, like, I don't know, that Microsoft product that just sort of fell off the face of the earth.
Which one was that?
The glasses. The, what was the name of it? The
Google Glass?
No.
What are you talking about?
No. The Microsoft ones where, like, you look at the table and it'll put, like, a three-dimensional image up there and you can actually manipulate it and it...
Oh, you mean the Surface stuff?
No, it's not Surface.
No, it's called Surface, but their whole product line is called Surface. They have the Surface tables. I know what you're talking about.
No, there's an actual glasses product that Microsoft put out. You put it on and it's like it's all augmented reality. So you can throw up a 60-inch television on your wall.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. But that's you know what? That's a lot closer than you think. I mean, Facebook bought Oculus. I think in the next 6 months we're going to be having a completely different conversation about VR.
Yeah, I think so too.
VR is the new blogging and podcasting.
Yeah. Well, so back to the Apple Watch, I don't think that it's one of those, personally, I don't think it's one of those products that really requires an extensive demo. I feel like it's one of those that kind of sells itself. I mean, yeah, it's got a lot of cool features, but at the heart of it, what most people, I think, will care about is whether they can play, like, Clash of Clans on it, or whether they can make their phone calls, or, like...
Or if it tells time.
Yeah, or you know, if it just tells the time. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a huge demonstration really necessary for it. I think it is kind of humorous seeing Apple take the step backwards of, you know, giving up on the whole luxury thing and be like, nope, we're going to put it in Walmart soon, because that's the next step, right?
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, the analysts are going to say, just sell some goddamn watches. And I think anybody who is into Apple products knows what the watch is. So either they're A, waiting for another version, they're waiting for the price to come down, or they're waiting for some other a hybrid of it, or, you know, the 5C of the Apple Watch, the affordable version.
Yeah, I mean, the new software will make it a lot better. The new full mobile software.
I mean, you're going to see the form factor change. You're going to see a lot of things change. And only I think that's what scared a lot of people away, because they certain percentage probably went, I was that guy that bought the first iPhone and I kicked myself because then the 4 came out, or the 4S came out, or the 5 came. And they do that whole, I think I can wait now. Whereas back in ye olden days of 2007, if something came out, you had to have it. Now it's, I know what Apple's product cycle is. I'll wait till the next one.
Yep. I completely agree with you. I mean, the fact that I don't have one yet speaks volumes, because for the first probably 4 or 5 models of the iPhone, I was one of those people that was in line for a long time.
I was the same way. I never stood in line, but I've had every model of the iPhone, and I kind of just stopped at the 5S. I'll eventually get a 6 Plus, whatever the hell it's called. But I just got to the point where it's like, this product cycle of spending all this money every year was just getting a little insane.
Well, and I know that, you know, their buying process is nice. You know, it's kind of tailored to the individual. You make an appointment, all that. But I don't want to go through that shit. I just want to go in. I want to buy the fucking watch, and I want to walk out the door. I don't want a demonstration. No. I don't want a conversation. I just want to pick it up and walk out.
You're like me. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. And so the fact that I don't
want e-commerce shopping is great.
E-commerce was made for me. I don't want to talk to you.
Yes, exactly. And the fact that I don't have one yet speaks volumes to, they've actually made the process a little too difficult. Like, I'm unwilling to deal with it anymore. So that's one of the reasons I was excited to see it in Best Buy, because I'm like, all right, those fucking idiots aren't going to talk to me. I can just walk in there, ask them to get it out of
None of them will talk to you.
Get out. Huh?
None of them will talk to you, because you can't ever find them.
Yeah.
When you walk in the Apple store, you know, you get like 10 people ask you, may I help you, within 2 seconds you're in there. You walk into Best Buy, it's like a ghost town.
Well, it's going to be interesting, and then we're going to move on, is that you go into a Best Buy and they have a large Samsung presence. Are they now going to carve out more space? I've noticed
there's space for Apple stuff.
It gets more and more showroomy and less about, here's some products that you can pick off the shelf. It's more like a not a museum. Museum's a bad analogy, but it's getting very, here's like things you can demo, and if you want it, you've got to get it from somewhere else.
Yep.
It's almost like showroom is the only analogy I can give you.
Yeah, I mean, Apple has a big presence in.
Yeah, I actually hate that this article came out, because for the longest time I felt like Best Buy was like my secret place. I shit you not. One year I went to pick up the iPad when it first came out, and they released it in Best Buy the same day as they released in the Apple stores. I walk into a mall, there's a line literally all the way through the mall, out the door, right past Best Buy nonetheless, right past the Best Buy, out the door. And I walked in, I was like, nope, fuck that. And I walked straight out. I decided to go through Best Buy, and I'm like, surely Best Buy is already sold out, because there's no one in this store. Like you said, total ghost town. I walk in, I'm like, yeah, do you guys happen to have any of the iPads off chance? And like, oh yeah, we've got 4 of those. Which one do you want? I walked out within 30 seconds with an iPad, and there was still a line going outside the mall to get in the Apple store to buy the exact same thing. So just out of spite, I turned around and walked back in line, and I stood right in the middle and sat there on my iPad and set up the Wi-Fi. I'm like, oh yeah, what are you guys waiting on? Keep in mind, this was the very first iPad that ever came out, and I'm standing there like, what are you guys waiting on?
And you're slurping down the Apple store Wi-Fi as well, right?
Exactly. And ever since then, Best Buy's been like the secret place because that's happened to me multiple times on multiple Apple devices. So
yeah, I mean, as the channels that used to be able to buy Apple products has shrunk. I don't drive to the Apple store. Every time I bought a computer, I've gone to Best Buy only because it's right up the road, but only because I'm armed with what I know I'm going to buy. That always kind of scared me that you'd have these PC guys going, "Oh, Mac, yeah." It was kind of like an afterthought kind of thing.
Right.
So you
So
want one of
that's
the silver ones? It's got the
yeah,
Apple on
yeah.
it.
So all right,
Anyway, moving on.
move on.
Your bell's not working.
What happened to the bell?
Half bell. It's full bell. Half bell. All right, we're going to talk about UPS. They're going to charge e-tailers more to ship parcels during the holidays if you have a large volume. I think what they're trying to avoid is the clusterfuck that happened last year.
It's going to happen this year.
It's going to happen this year too, I think.
Doesn't matter. They're not ready for any of it.
No.
Well, what's neat is they're going to do this access point where you can pick it up at their – if you get a package – because I think a lot of what happens is nobody's home during the week and the packages are going in or off the truck and people are leaving the notes, and during the holiday that gets insane. So they're opening up this access point program where you can go pick up your packages at a predetermined location, kind of like an Amazon locker thing.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, they're going to raise their prices anyway. Duh.
Yeah, they already have. They raised them 5% this year already.
I mean, any one of those companies, if they're doing badly, there's something wrong. I mean, these guys have to be doing great. I mean, it's delivery.
Well,
yeah.
you'd think. I mean, nobody else is going to step up and start a delivery service in this economy and in this.
No, but if they lived in California, they would be becoming more and more concerned with their business because there are literally drones everywhere. You can be up in a canyon and there's nothing else and nobody else around for miles, and a drone will just whiz past you.
Yeah, but there's the last mile stuff. I mean, you're not going to have delivery over cross country in drone stuff yet. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But
Not
I
yet.
see those white Amazon trucks on my street every day, man. They got these big, the new white, what is the Ford Econo-lines, new Streamline ones. I mean, they're up and down my street all day long, these guys from Amazon.
Well, that's right, because you can get Prime 1 hour thing, right?
We got the 1 hour now, so they're around here all the
They're just
time.
down the street from you. They're not that far away.
The warehouse?
Yeah.
What are they, in Bristol?
No, they're in Trenton.
Oh, Trenton. Okay.
The big distribution center in Jersey right now is in Trenton.
Gotcha.
So most of the stuff gets delivered really quickly. I mean, hell, you can probably order something in the morning and have it that afternoon in a regular ground delivery.
I ordered this bell this morning. All right, we're going to move on to the product of the week, everybody's funnest part of the show. This mad scientist maniac named Colin Furze built what he's calling a high voltage ejector bed.
That's for you when your phone dies.
Yeah, seriously, that would have done me some good.
That's what I was going to say, Justin. You need to build one of these in your house. I don't know if it's going to be one for you and one for Zante, or you have one that's together, you eject together, or she ejects first, you would eject first, and then she would eject so she can land on you, so she doesn't get hurt.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
All right. So this maniac, it's got an air compressor, 2 pistons, which push the bed forward, and for added deluxe effect, it also has trumpets and lights that sound.
Oh, God.
No retail price has been set at this point. I think this guy, Colin Furze, I kind of found this on Mashable. I dug a little deeper on this guy, Colin Furze, and this guy is one of those mad scientist, genius, young people that all they do is build shit. And he did the smart thing and made a YouTube channel out of it. The guy's got 1,200,000 subscribers. So,
wow.
So he's, that he's making bank on these little goofy inventions that he's doing, even if it's not on the invention, it's on his YouTube audience.
Right.
Pretty much.
If you look, I'll link the other videos in the show notes. Justin, did you see the jet-powered go-kart?
I did see the jet-powered go-kart.
And he also did a, what do you call it, X-Men flamethrower thing for his arms, and he made toast with it. I said, you know what? I want to live this kid's life.
Seriously.
Hey, man. Just building crap? Why not? That'd be awesome.
Come up with some ridiculous shit.
That's up your alley there, Justin.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when I saw the jet-powered go-kart.
Yeah. No, I need to just start making inventions and then live off my YouTube channel. That's a great idea.
Hey,
So I feel like it's like some Doc Brown shit. Like I'm gonna pull some Back to the Future, make an auto dog feeder. That kind of.
There's auto dog feeders, too, jackass.
Yeah, but not jet-powered ones.
Doc Browns.
Not jet-powered.
Not jet-powered ones. Jet-powered dog feeder.
That dog feeder cooked eggs and made coffee. Haven't you ever seen Back to the Future?
Yeah.
More than 100.
What the hell?
Stop. Anyway.
All right, kids, you want to wrap it up?
Yep.
All right, great show. We'll see you all next week.
Peace.
Peace. I like your little gentle peace at the end. Peace with you.
Had to round it off.
Peace.
Yeah.